Hey gents, Trav White here. Now today's video is a little different. If you follow any of my social channels, you know that I just had a major life update. And if you don't follow me, then this is my shameless plug to go follow, like, subscribe, hit the bell, follow me on Instagram, join my Facebook group, all that jazz. But anyways, my wife and I had our first baby on November 18th, 2020. And I decided to take a month off of YouTube to just adjust to life as a new dad and be as available as possible for my wife and my daughter to help wherever I could. And it has been a roller coaster ride for sure. We've had a ton of ups and downs just in the first month alone. And I just wanted to give you guys an update. So yeah, let's get into it. So I know that men of all ages follow my channel. I know guys who are teenagers, men in their 20s, in their 30s, and gentlemen even up into their 50s and above. So if you have any aspirations of becoming a father one day, or you're currently a dad, I figured this video would have something in it for everyone, whether it's a little nostalgia or future planning. But I just wanted to share this new chapter of my life with you guys because I also consider you a part of the family. So this video is just gonna be my perspective on being a brand new dad, what my life has been like this month, and maybe I'll share some of our birth story too. If you enjoy content about fatherhood, let me know in the comments. It's not really something I plan on doing consistently moving forward on this channel, but if I can fit it into confidence or grooming or style in any way, I may consider making more videos about being a dad if enough of you are interested. But I guess I'll just start at the very beginning when we found out we were pregnant. So my wife got a positive pregnancy test on March 6th of this year.
Oh my God! Yes! We're pregnant. We're pregnant. Parents. And we are mommy.
So our daughter is actually a Valentine's Day baby before COVID. She's not a COVID baby. She's a Valentine's Day baby before the lockdown started. And at the time, you know, it was just the two of us and our two dogs. So we didn't need much space. We were living in a tiny 700 square foot home with like 0 closets, like none. There was no closets in this house. Like I had a wardrobe from IKEA to put my clothes in. And we realized instantly that we needed to move somewhere with a little more space. And then the COVID lockdown started and moving started to get really challenging, but somehow we managed to find a larger home in a good area with landlords that we loved at a reasonable price during a pandemic. I really don't know how things just ended up working out, thankfully. And we finally do have closets. I know it's weird that I'm a men's style and grooming content creator and I didn't have any closets for 4 years, but that just goes to show you don't need to own a lot to look good. But anyways, fast forward 9 months later, my wife starts going into labor at 3 a.m. on November 18th, 2020. And we actually thought her water broke at the house. So we ended up just going straight to the hospital.
It is
2:45 a.m.
what's about to go down.
Well, your water broke and we're going to the hospital. It turns out when we got there, it actually wasn't her water breaking. It was just some pre-labor fluid, but we were already at the hospital and she ended up laboring most of her labor at the hospital. So I'm not gonna go into details about our birth process, but I will say that it was just phenomenal. I shared my experience in an Instagram post that I wrote in the form of a letter to my daughter. The caption starts off as Dear Della, and I'll link to it in the description. But to give you a quick summary, my wife was basically a warrior. She did a vaginal birth without an epidural, and she took every contraction like a badass. Like if you've never seen a childbirth in action, basically she needs to dilate to 10 centimeters before she can start pushing. And each contraction leading up to 10 centimeters not only gets stronger and stronger, but they get closer and closer together. So the pain becomes more frequent and much stronger. And going from 7 centimeters to 10 centimeters is like insane pain. And I just remember her groaning in total agony during each contraction. And then when it ended, she was just like, hell yeah, like bring on the next one. This is easy. Like I was like, dang, like some crazy MMA fighter who enjoys getting punched in the face before going Super Saiyan mode on their target afterwards. But she went someplace mentally where where she actually welcomed the pain. And I'm sure there's a life lesson in there somewhere if you guys want to examine it, but I'm way too tired to look deeper at it right now. But I will just say that it was inspiring. And I did my best to match her energy. I just kept saying like, hell yeah, babe, you're crushing it. You're a warrior. Keep it up. You're awesome. She just wanted me to support her, and that's what I did. And then finally at 3:44 p.m., so almost 12 and a half hours later, our daughter Della came into the world, and she was healthy and she was beautiful, and she did skin to skin with mommy for about an hour. And then when I was finally able to hold her in my arms for the first time, her eyes opened and they met mine. And I know babies can't see anything until like 4 to 5 months old, and I was probably just a big old blur of nothing to her. But the experience felt magical, right? It was this surreal, overwhelming experience that I've never felt before. And I know it sounds really cliche to say something like, I've never felt a love more powerful, but it really is true. This overwhelming feeling of just protection, providing, loving her unconditionally, just kind of just flooded like my entire existence. I started tearing up in the hospital. If you have a kid, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. If you don't have kids yet, but you want to, it is an amazing feeling to look forward to. So that was our birth story, but the first month of being a dad, however, has not been quite as magical. It's actually been really, really tough. It's basically been going like this. And this. Sleeping heavenly. And this. Basically just lots and lots of inconsolable crying, hours on hours for days and weeks on end. We're pretty sure it's colic related. We've consulted our pediatrician and everything. We've been getting very little sleep. Getting into a rhythm has been very tough. And I know these are all things brand new parents deal with, and we're still figuring it out. But I will say that it's the most amazing feeling ever when she does end up falling asleep and I'm just like holding her on my shoulder, and just those cuddles are the best, and it just makes everything worth it. But another struggle through all of it has just honestly been trying to do the mundane things like cooking, eating, keeping the house clean, keeping it from turning into a mess, continuing to do basic chores like dishes and laundry and running errands, going to the grocery store. That's been a challenge. And for my wife, it's been like healing from childbirth, postpartum hormones, breastfeeding, lack of sleep. Like these are all things that have just added to the chaos of this inconsolable crying baby. And I couldn't even think about creating content for a little while because I just didn't have the mental bandwidth. I do a lot of research for my videos, and I fact check everything before recording. And the amount of work that goes into one video that I make is a lot. And I'm just a one-man show over here outside of a guy who helps me with editing. I don't have a team of researchers or writers or videographers or anything. I do it all myself. And so trying to do that while being sleep deprived just kind of seemed really impossible. But I will say it's starting to get to a point where I'm starting to come back and I'm getting excited to create content again. It has been tough for a while, but you know, every parent, every friend or doctor I've talked to, they just say the same thing, that this is temporary. She'll get over colic around like 3 months and it will get better. So yes, it's been amazing, but it's been difficult. It's been extraordinary, but exhausting, like all in one. Being a father definitely has brought an entirely new purpose and drive to my life that I didn't know existed. It just makes me want to be a better man, a better husband, a better entrepreneur. Not that I didn't want those things before having a kid, but I guess it just kind of stokes the fire even more. Anyways, guys, I know this video is different from all my others. I just wanted to share this new life experience of mine with you guys because I do consider you part of my family as well. I don't like the term followers or fans. I think that's stupid. We're all the same. I don't know if you guys are even interested in this type of video and you just sort of like, go back to style and grooming content. Cool, I'll be doing that too. But regardless, I'll get back on a regular schedule for videos with, you know, hair, beard, style in the next ones. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Ooh, almost fell out of my chair. Gosh, I feel like it's been an eternity since I made one of these videos. Don't even remember how to do it anymore. I think I start by fixing my hair a little bit. Testing the audio. Test, test. Usually I make sure I don't look tired, but that's a little tough to do today. But I mean, I don't look exhausted, sort of.